Hard to believe. Clackety clack. Hello, internets. Apollo. Might have. Prudence had made plans, tentative plans, and so did Andrus. Prudence had an idea of something she wanted to do with Artoria's armor because she promised to do an enchantment. Let me just text you what I wanted to do. It's one of her. It's a gadget she could make, but she'll have to roll for it because she's at her max technically free ones. No. Okay. What do you want me to roll? Cause okay. Yes. Because it was just like a random thought, and she's like, "I'm gonna do this," and then just. Mhm. Awesome. It will be a surprise. I had an idea. Come here, look. Tell me what you think. And she will explain the mechanism that she's ma- making and how it will attach. I promised I'd help. You're a genius, and she kisses him on the cheek, and goes to continue like building the actual mechanism to affix to the armor when the armor gets to them. Yep. Doot, doot. What kind of armor did she get again? Full plate? Feels like years.
see the outline of a massive dragon flying towards the town.
So as he is grabbing, so he was grabbing my wrist, right?
Yep.
I'm going to in turn grab his and like wrench him off me, just like hold him by the wrist, just like those are supposed to be dead. What is it?
They took them. They made them fall. You watch as the eye opens on his forehead. They took them and made them this.
Made them.
You turn up and you see red and white scales. Twisted and formed together in the distance.
That doesn't look natural.
Rustin's going to yell out dragon and try to get attention of the villagers.
As you start to point this out and point up, people around you start to look and peer into the distance and begin to scream and run.
Rustlin, go get the others. I'll handle the townspeople, hopefully as best as I can. Just get everybody else.
Rustlin is immediately going to grab like the back neck of Artoria's armor and attempt to drag her along.
Do you allow this,
I
Artoria?
No, I'm gonna try and just like hold my ground.
Contested strength checks, you do.
Alrighty.
Strength or athletics?
This would be athletics for both of you.
Okay.
Do I roll 1 or 2? Just one die? Okay.
One die.
Let's see if this one works.
Listen,
Artoria.
I'm not adjusting to my new armor, okay?
Artoria, in your state, you are just staring into the sky. You hardly feel it as Rustlin grabs you by the back of the neck and just pulls you backwards.
Well, I'm sure as fuck not letting go of Riffin, though.
That's fine. He's coming through then.
As you're pulling on Riffin, your hand faces through him.
Oh, son of a...
All right, we'll talk to you later. Random being, Artoria, let's go. We have to go get everybody, and I'm not leaving you behind.
No, if he knows what's happening here, he's coming with us. If it's his fault, he's gonna hear about it.
If we live to talk to him again, then we can. Let's go.
He's following you guys.
Oh, okay.
Awesome, even better.
Artoria
Just keep
will
running.
stop being dragged and just run alongside you.
Okay.
And as you're looking at this, make a investigation check.
Also, if I spot any guardsmen or just like people who look like they're any sort of official in the town, just gonna like shout to them like evacuate the people, just get them out of the town.
Russell, as you look over at the figure that appeared before Artoria, there's something weird about them. They're Artoria, that's just fucking riffing.
Yeah.
It's just fucking with you, man. Russell, there's something weird. It's corporeal, but not entirely.
As a player, what the fuck does that word mean?
Solid, real.
Okay, thank you.
As opposed to ghostly and spectral.
And incorporate.
It's
Tangible.
real. It's solid. It's there, but it's also wavering and almost fluid. This is either some kind of very intense illusion or a projection of some sort. It's far less here than it was the last time you saw this being.
Okay, let me write that down real quick.
Artoria, as you're being pulled along and starting to walk on your own power, because this is embarrassing, hurrying back to the tavern, you do see guards, and they're staring up, dumbstruck, just mouths ajar, trying to comprehend what the fuck they're seeing.
Right. She'll go up to one. She'll just if Rustlin, or so two turn runs. She's like, Rustlin, keep going. I'll catch up. We need to get these people the help immediately. And she's gonna dip off to the side to one of the guards real fast.
Rustin will cast what is it called? Shield of Faith on Artoria before taking off. Then.
Right. She's gonna grab one of the guards by the shoulders, give him a quick shake, like, "Hey, stop focusing on that. Focus on me and focus on your people. They are in danger here. You need to get them out of the town and keep them away from being in one big group."
The dwarf man that you grabbed, like, shaken out of a stupor. Right. Come on, with me! We need to go to the farms! And they start to take off, running towards the outer stead of the town.
And then, she'll just go back and catch up with Rustlin. Or try to.
Andrus.
Yes, finally, I can hear you. Hello.
Hello. As you are sitting inside the mansion, flipping through your book, you get a cold feeling down your spine. Ice cold.
Slam the book shut, put it down.
And as you slam the book shut, on the cover of the book is a white feather.
I start grabbing my shit.
You hear a voice in the back of your head. Come. You must go. They are making their moves.
Who's
the
they?
Legions have come.
Oh. Okay. I just start telepathy blasting everybody up, everybody out, everybody up, everybody out.
You all start to hear that voice in your head. The rest of you pick your heads up.
Kind of flails awake. What? What? What?
Happening, something's happening. Everybody
You
up. Everybody
get a image in your mind, Andrus, of massive wings.
Can
red
I?
and white scales. A maw that blows out both ice and flame. And a single orange eye sewn into the center of it.
Sweet. Can I project that into other people's brains?
You just force the image out into everyone's head that's still in the manor.
And Arx is dropping fruit and immediately outside.
It's what we're about to. It's whose house we're about to go kicked here. Get up.
Martin is like grabbing his shit and charging out the door as well.
I'm on my broom. I'm flying.
You just piece out of the fucking door.
I'm just riding out on Moonshadow.
Like, fuck! I need to make wings or something. She like straps shit on and is running out the door.
You all charge out the door just as Rustlin's getting towards the tavern.
Oh, good, you're all up. Let's go. See, you already are geared up. Fantastic. I don't know how, but we got to get back to Artoria. Giant dragons,
the
whatnot.
Fuck is that? And Martin points up, and you all now see this bringer of death bearing down at the village.
Giving it a closer look, do I see anything extra on it?
See the massive eye in the center of its face. you see it almost looks like sewing has been done to this creature. Parts that have been forced together, making two creatures into one. An extra leg sits off one of the sides. The tail swings, and there's a second tail attached to the first.
I have never seen a creature like this before.
None of you have ever seen a creature
I
except
don't
in books.
think you're supposed to.
You see a bit of a grin appear on Vishtara. Now this will be a good hunt.
And this one you can hunt.
Ox, the record, that
Arcs for the record, muffle, muffle, muffle.
Cat meow.
Yeah, sorry, that's my cat.
Arcs for the record, polymorph.
Yes.
that's not normal.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, you're dying.
Oh
It's dying
no!
really bad.
Oh, I think Discord's dying.
I think
No.
Discord might be dying.
Oh no.
No,
Mine looks fine for me for once.
same here. I think it might just be Ben.
Yeah,
Well, I
well,
was starting to hear Apollo start going out too.
Well, we're in the same region, so that would make sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
you all start to rush out. Martin looks. Go. I will join you when I can. I have to make sure that everyone else is taken care of. And he waves his hand over his book, and you watch as he pushes out of his book multiple copies of himself that begin to run into the town in various directions.
How high is this thing? Like way high?
It's
That
way
was going to be my
high and
next
way in
question.
the distance, and it's still gigantic.
I don't like that.
Yeah, if it's within a
So-
mile, I can see every minute detail on it.
It is the size of a building.
And outside of 120 feet, I take it then.
Yes.
Like,
Gotcha.
how
I regret
big's
not
the
taking Stealth
building?
Sniper.
About 10 feet tall, 20 feet wide, and it'd probably
Oh
just
god, that
fit.
wingspan.
The wings are sitting at probably, and you can see this for start. The wings are probably about 50-ish feet tip to tip.
Oh no.
I will relay this to everyone.
You're all not
And-
comforted at all as he relays this. You
And,
watch as
it looks like a dragon, but like it's been stitched together from.
Yes. You watch as the images out of Martin stop, and he turns to all of you. Let me do what I can. And he takes out of his pack this piece of steel that's been polished to a mirror finish, and he waves it over you all. And each time you guys see your reflection in it, you see two faces, not just one, of yourselves. And he mutters something under his breath, and from out of you, a second you appears.
Question:
That's
Did
not
Artoria
lovely.
catch up by now?
Yes. And you're all under the effects of Avarice's Hall of Mirrors.
Can you...
Explain.
Essentially, you all have a mirror image.
Cool.
Go
there's
off
two?
the mirror image spell for rules.
Gotcha.
This
don't
was
know
a
that
spell I invented for my wizard.
So I have a question for you, and this is an out-of-character question. Is this your Game of Thrones tribute city? Because you have a dragon of fire and ice, and you have a dude named Martin.
No, I rolled 2d8s, and I ended up with fire and ice.
I thought you were going to say
And
Mar
the-
and Tin.
And you got a guy named Martin. Okay.
And I ended up with an accidental irony. And now I expect y'all to have a better ending season than they.
Fucking better.
It won't be
Well,
that hard.
Vishtar doesn't really understand this weird magic shit, so he's just going to kind of ignore it. Is there
You
any way
ignore
to
it,
bring
and then
it
you look
down
next
so I
to
can
you, and
punish?
there's you. And then you look down at Moonshadow, and there's 2 Moonshadows.
I don't want to think about this.
And every time you move, the
Then
image
don't think
moves
about
with you.
that. Think about the thing up in the sky.
Exactly. Can somebody bring it down so I can kill it?
That's the goal.
I think it's gonna do it by itself.
I think this one needs a breath mint.
You watch as it spews out in the air a stream of ice, followed by intense flame.
Talk about
As-
frostburn.
Slowly turns over the village and comes careening down, slamming on top of one of the buildings. You all grip yourselves for sanity and start to rush forward to meet it.
Oh yeah, I'm jumping on Moonshadow's back and we are charging.
How far down did it come?
It landed on a building.
Yeah, like how far away?
Let me show you.
Battle map!
Here we go.
Yeah.
By the way, guys,
Oh,
Moonshadow
boy.
is probably going to die.
Oh no.
It only has
Say
7
it
hit
so
points.
casually.
So y'all are down this way,
Okay.
and here's your friend.
Okay, let me drop myself on the board.
Actually,
Also, did Vishtar, did Moonshadow not get sidekick levels? Appropriate?
he hasn't got a level yet.
But considering that
I
they came
just-
in late to the campaign.
I just bought
no.
Moonshadow as a mount, and he just kind of became a friend instead.
Hmm.
Oh my
So
God, my
Moonshadow's
Okay.
just
math's
a
working.
base moorbounder with no bonuses.
Oh, that's rough. Okay.
There's your friendly neighborhood giant fuck off multicolored dragon.
Yay.
Sadly, they didn't have a token that is a weird hybrid monster version of a dragon, so I'm using this one because it's kind of blue and red. Because it's the closest thing I can get to white and red, because tokens are limiting.
Okay, there we go. Where am I? Okay, sorry. Technical difficulties.
Looking.
I am having trouble
looking.
placing my character on the board. Can somebody please place me on the
I will place you upon the board.
Oh no, let
Okay.
me, because I could totally do that.
You should be in control of that character.
Oh.
Everyone immediately starts to measure.
Jesus.
Ah!
Yeah.
Well, my reason for measuring is it starts getting well within range.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, I can
Or-
hit from here.
I
can
had
start running
from here. Things I
temporary
have.
hit points at one point. Those
Yes,
would be gone
10.
by
Those
now.
would be gone.
Yes.
But you all have mirror images.
Woo.
That does nothing for breath weapons, but okay.
Is
It
there any
does
way
for
somebody
fangs and
could?
claws.
Can,
I'm
can
gonna get
somebody
it
link that
anyway.
in chat?
Huh?
Can somebody
Hold on.
link mirror image in chat? I tried to get the description to pop up, but it said no.
Oh no.
I'm just going to drop it into my spellbook real quick. Just so I can
Oh,
do that.
thank you. That's so much easier.
Yes, you are working with the one duplicate roll.
Yep.
We got one extra that don't get hit. Let's do this.
And it has an AC of 12.
The
Mine has an
duplicate
AC
does?
of 8.
No, it's based on Martin's.
Oh, yes!
Based on Martin's AC, so it's 12.
Thanks, Martin.
My
It might take a hit for you.
We have no idea what this thing can roll, what its pluses are. But let's find
I
out.
mean,
Hi.
let's find out.
Yeah, I mean, what I was going to ask is once it got within range, I wanted to open up with a couple of Eldritch Blasts against it.
Sure. You can start with
for
that,
sure,
and then we're
Sam.
rolling initiative. Oh, they're all at 60 feet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what a dragon's breath weapon looks. I never got to use a dragon before.
Dragons are fun, right?
Stop giggling!
So here you go, guys. Enjoy.
And let's open up with Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, well, you guys will get my bonus from charisma.
I got. Oh, sorry. I got
Then
13.11.
initiative. I need to
Alright.
select arcs. Oh, where's the button? There's the button. Button ain't bad.
Not bad for the dragon.
I would also like to blast.
That's like
eldritchly as soon
The
as I
highest
get
I've ever rolled for Artoria. That was a 19.
You may
God,
roll
you're
as well. Now,
Mugello is
hold on.
not
I
gonna
need
get
to
a
make
turn.
sure that my dice rolling app is working.
Artoria's going first.
What?
We're doomed. Yeah, can you make it not breath weapon us in the first round before we can move?
Oh, trust me, I'll try.
By the way, can I say I'm raging at this point because we're running into battle? He's pissed.
You would, but you
he's
don't have
ready.
persistent rage, and it will drop.
As soon as he get well, I can just use another bonus action anyways. I am more than okay with that.
Roar.
Oh, that is not the direction I wanted that. Oh boy, Artoria is going, and then the dragon.
Moonshadow's gonna die.
Oh no. I'm already ready to cry. Let's go.
Now,
Artoria, if you get your ass killed, I'll
I'm
never
gonna give you
forgive
the
you.
option of you notice the gigantic dragon and had the wherewithal to send your friend the fuck the other way.
If she's her own creature, she can do what she wants.
This is the DM being kind because he's already killed one pet friend.
All right, she's fucking off for now. I might have to get some more armor or something to make her beefier down the line, but yeah, for this, she's not going to be here.
Rip Lucky the horse.
Plate barding.
It's also 10 feet off the ground, by the way, Artoria, because it's on top of a building. Okay, Arcs, you hit once.
Mm-hmm.
Andorus, both blasts hit the side of it and just bounced off.
Yep. And just to reiterate the flavor, Arx's Eldritch Blasts look almost like an ice bolt. But
Okay.
of course, Arndris is familiar.
Let me just make sure my dice roller is it, because I really don't want to roll 18d6 over and over again.
Wait, what?
How many?
Yeah, that's right, fuckers. You're on the deep end now. Artoria, what did you set your necklace to, by the way?
One of them would have been necrotic. The other would have been fire.
Fair enough. I will allow this.
That's a pretty reasonable play.
I will let this happen because it's pretty reasonable. My dice roller is not updated. Let's see. Oh, there's
She
the new
didn't
one.
set it to ice.
Well, she didn't have a reason to at the moment.
Yeah.
Maybe she did.
Changeling in the midst.
Oh, actually, that's fair. It might
That
have
is
been
fair.
It might have been
That is
necrotic and ice because of Arx is very icy themed. Yeah. All right, let's go with that. Necrotic ice.
He's
I like
ice
that. I like that.
cold.
All right, let me see.
Sorry.
How many...
Sorry, Arx.
Nope. It's reasonable. That's why I was mentioning it.
Yep.
Is
100. Okay, I can in fact easily roll 18d6. I'm gonna have to roll 96 twice, but fuck it. Because multi-tier breath weapon.
Jeez.
Artoria, you're up.
Hey.
Oh wait, I have to roll its hit points.
Is that what the ATD6 is for?
No, this is a d12. They have d12 hit dice.
I assume like here is probably as close as I can reasonably get because I think I can cut through that bush.
You can't cut through that bush.
Yeah, all right, so I'll go there then.
It would be difficult terrain, so you would be able to get like here if you got through the bush.
Okay. Now I'll just go there. Because that is
Go there.
well within range for me to use Compelled Duel.
You compel the dragon to duel, and then immediately regret this decision.
This will be fine. Fight me!
Oh my
Makes a
god.
wisdom saving throw.
Fight me instead of my friends.
That's a
Okay.
26.
Well, that is not compelled.
She's gonna burn inside of her
You're
armor.
from behind her, Artoria. You're an idiot.
I got
I'm
this!
not giving up the last of my diamonds to bring it back this time.
And I spend the rest of my action to dodge.
You've already. Oh yeah, you can take the dodge action. Sure.
Yeah.
200,
It's a very useful action.
200 and a lot.
No, no.
I mean, at least it's not 300 and a lot.
That's fair.
To be fair, you guys do some decent DPS, just not when you're unconscious.
I don't do damage.
Yeah, what is damage?
I get hit. That's what I do.
And speaking of unconscious,
By
I get-
Artoria.
Oh.
let's see, 60-foot spray.
Is it line or cone?
Going.
Oh, fuck monkeys.
The dragon will leap off the building and slam into the ground.
Oh my god.
Question.
Yes.
Something I should have asked before combat started.
Yes.
Also, that's cheap. But, is Riffin within sight?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because Arx has never seen Riffin before.
As you all approached, I forgot to roll him in. Thank you for reminding me. You
Do
see?
That was a
do you
really
need my
good
old
question.
mission token?
Yes, I do.
I think I still have that.
No, I have it.
Oh, I do too. Okay.
Click on this roof.
Hey, there he is.
Come that boy.
That fabulous bastard.
Low.
Sounds accurate.
You hear
Still
it?
beats me.
It's going to breathe. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I was saying that was cheap. Because you jumped off the building just to get me within range.
Oh no.
Well, goodbye, everybody.
Come on.
Oh wait, and we long rested, so
You long
all
rest.
of
Oh my
that
God.
all of that pun damage is gone, so I can put myself back
Oh,
up.
I
to full
got
health.
him. Got a high deck save? What the fuck? That's two
Minus
deck-based
2.
things in a row. What the fuck?
Okay, let's see. 5 fails, 9 fails, 14 fails, 23 just barely passes.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Oh.
shit.
DC 21.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
the one time
I
I
would
make
have
it.
to crit succeed to pass. And I have advantage.
Save.
17 fails.
Oh my god. Even if I rolled a nat 20, I would have failed.
Let's see.
Well,
You will
let's see
take
who goes out in the first round.
35 points of cold damage.
Oh fuck.
Toria reduced to, oh boy, I have to do math. Oh no, I have to
17.
do math.
17.
17.
20 what?
35 points of cold damage.
Oh, no.
35 reduced to what?
17.
Reduced to 17 for Artoria and you. And then
And Arcs.
and arcs. And then 32 points of fire damage.
Reduced down to 16 for those that pass or have resistance.
I have resistance.
I'm unconscious.
That is.
Do I get 2 ticks for my amulet or just 1?
I'm sorry. Could we have just the numbers, just the flat numbers,
I
real
need
quick?
math.
So
34 and 32.
34 and 32. Thank you. I'm done.
Everybody should be unconscious if they fail.
35.
Not
But
me.
30 divide math minus. Wait, I'm calculating because I can't math.
Oh, I'm fucking
Holy
toast.
shit.
Prudence is
Alright,
still
guys.
standing.
It was a great
That
campaign.
is. That was.
She's barely standing, but she's standing.
I still have 2/3 of my health.
Fuck you, barbarian.
The barbarian goes, is that it? Everyone else.
I'm at
Dies.
exactly
No.
half.
The Arcs is in at quarter health.
So does that fancy
Even
mirror
with
spell
passing.
not work?
Hmm?
Not against breath
mirror...
weapons.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah.
Artoria, you would get 2 charges off your necklace.
Okay.
Because it's technically 2 hits of breath.
Ah.
Tapped out. Also, you should still have some charges.
It doesn't reset daily?
No, the charges don't. I don't think so.
Charges fade at the end of a long rest.
Never mind.
I don't know why I fought for that, but I did.
Your mistake.
Because I am good and honest.
As you watch the torrent of flame and freezing cold cover everyone in the group, you look into its maw, Artoria, and there is another eyeball inside of its mouth where the frost and fire came from. And it's staring at you.
Son of a bitch. I will cut that eye if it kills me.
Arcs.
Oh. Fuck. Arcs are staring at this thing and thinking, no way in hell did it originate from here.
No, and roll an intelligence check. That's more than enough with a DC of 5. That is an aberration. There is that doesn't exist anywhere.
Yeah. We're action. This is yes.
Oh damn.
DC 16 charisma. Please suck. Oh, fuck you. Fuck.
Oh.
Holy fuck monkeys.
Bail. Ow.
Get to cover.
Yeah, fuck this shit, I'm out. Use the building for cover. And hope it stands. That is my turn.
Rosalind,
Because yeah, he's outside of 30 feet, so yeah.
Rosalind, you're unconscious.
Yep.
First, I need you to roll a death saving throw.
Alright, how do I do that?
Just roll a d20.
Okay, D20, here we go. 16.
Pass. You've succeeded 1 death saving throw. I also need you to roll a d100.
That would be... that is 100 die... Yes, okay.
My question is Arndra still standing?
No.
I didn't think so.
Absolutely fucking.
I figured I'd ask because I didn't hear anybody chime in about it.
Oh, he was the first one to go, I'm down.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, so question about D100s. They don't have second numbers.
Roll a
So,
d10. Just roll a d10 for me.
D10 is the other one. Which one is that?
It goes 1 to 0 in numbers. 1 to...
Got it, okay. So 7 on that one. And then on the D100 one I had, I rolled 90.
Okay, 97.
97.
Okay.
Damn.
Those were my first
Okay.
time rolling those ones. I love them.
That is good. That is good. Rustlin, as you are coated in flame and frost, you hit the ground, bouncing and rolling from the force of it. Everything goes black. And you're standing in darkness. And you're afraid of what this place is. And then there's green growing around your feet. Small vines and roots start to wrap around your feet, crawling up your legs and up your torso and your arms, and you want to be scared, you want to freak out as you watch thorns start to grow out of these roots and vines, and you go to scream and you hear, "Hush, I am here. You will not fall this day, and this beast will not be the end of all things." Though still standing, you watch as the ground erupts into vines around Rustlin, wrapping his body and pulling it almost into a cocoon.
Yeah, Prudence probably just like nearly falls over. Not
Prudence, you
expecting
are
that.
nervous and freaking out. You watch as the vines wrap forward and grab Andorus and pull him in. Both are encased in this cocoon. Prudence, it's your turn.
Okay, so lots of boomerangs. She was going to grab Arndris and try to run, but he's not there anymore. So boomerangs forever. Okay, so going out, coming back, going out, coming back, going out, coming back. And then going to run her ass over here. And also try to hide behind the building.
Both of you occupy the same bush for a moment and stare at each other. And then claim different parts of the bush. Alright, let's see. Hits, misses, hits, misses. Let me actually make sure of that. Yeah.
Ignore
Yeah.
Artoria damage, obviously.
Yes, no
11,
Artoria damage.
22,
I forgot to turn that off. Let me turn that off.
30, 35.
Alright, some damage on it.
Noise.
Andreas, roll a death saving throw.
That's a 10.
It's a 10. You succeed. You also watch your world go white and then red and then black. And everything is dark around you. And you see feathers fluttering around you in this darkness. Take these wings and fly. Riffin! Oh shit! Oh shit! You're not supposed to be here. You are definitely not supposed to be here. He's going to Eldritch Blast twice.
Oh, so this is the Warlock you were making.
Potentially.
Hey, both hit! Where's his D10? Seven, 9, 19. Actually, he would have hexed, so he also gets plus 5 points of necrotic damage. In into the dragon. He is going to take off flying. The fuck over here, because he got wailed on. Vishtara.
You hear screaming, and it sounds like not in your mind, but it's actually out loud. It does not sound like language. It just sounds like loud growling / roaring as he sprints at the fucking thing. And you said there was an eye in its mouth?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with that sprint, he's gonna jump and try and attack that. Recklessly. Twice.
Takes up a lot of space. Alright, make your attacks. First one hits. 15 points of damage. You carve into the beast. Your sword sinking into the side of its mouth and into its gum line. You pull out, trying to hack away again. It actually bats you away with its claw.
He just runs back up close to get right up in its face again.
No, it's.
Oh, it takes up that space?
Yeah, it occupies that space.
Oh, okay, I did not realize that.
That is as close as you can get to be up in its shit.
And that's it. I'm up over
Artoria,
I rage and hit things.
everything hurts.
Everything hurts.
All of
Again.
it.
Doesn't mean I can stop, though.
Artoria, as you go to swing whatever you were going to swing, your world goes black.
Woo.
For a second, you are blind. And then you reach up and touch your face, and there's no Artoria skin. There's porcelain.
Mm.
And you open your eyes again, and you can see the beast in front of you. Carve them, my champion.
Of course, my lady. And
Make your attacks at advantage.
Oh. Swing 1. Swing 2.
Just barely hits.
Where's the second? There's the second swing.
Woo!
Also hits.
Alright, we pump in a 3rd level smite into both of those. Or 2nd level. Sorry. I can do that, right? Just to confirm?
Yes, you can go as
cool.
high as you can cast.
Alright, so before I click damage, let me turn on Divines. Nice.
You want to use your charges?
And I'm gonna use all 4 charges.
Now's the time!
So, Bop 1, Bop 2, plus... this is all going to be radiant damage, or not radiant, sorry, necrotic damage, because I'm not going to try and hit a cold dragon with cold. So that much more necrotic.
Okay. You also heal for all of that damage.
Oh!
What the fuck?
We back up to full.
20,
watch-
40, 53, jeez.
You watch Artoria as you cleave into this beast. You carve through part of its body.
Should I cut the eye?
Scales. No, the head lifts up. It's a good 15 feet above you.
Oh, okay.
But as you carve into its body, you watch as the blood that's seeping out of it, this dark purplish black liquid drip out of it. It springs forward and pulls into the porcelain mask on your face, and you feel your wounds start to knit closed. And that is a decent chunk of damage.
Solid damage, 53. We'll take it. Ooh, and bonus action. Actually, nah. You know, what? No. We're good. We're good.
Alright. The dragon. Make sure of something. 'Cause I think it should have multi-attack. Monster manual, come here.
If it's an adult dragon, yeah, definitely have.
I'm trying to make sure of how many, because it doesn't list it in the sheet.
Based off of dragons I've looked at in the past, I think normally 4, 1 bite, 2 claws, and a tail. Or is that ancient?
That might be
This
ancient.
is-
Oh, I've been forgetting it has legendary actions. So at the end of its legendary, at the end of your turn, Artoria, I need you and Vistara to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yay.
Fail.
Dex save, right? You said.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't get to use dragons ever.
Oh, I don't think that's.
Dragons are fun.
Oh, wait,
20. Still fails.
no, a crit fails. Ah.
21 fails?
21 fails. You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are knocked prone.
With 3 charges.
And it's
So
going
only 7 for me.
to flap. Flap.
Hi, yes, internet blinked. I'm back.
Flap.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Now it's the dragon's turn.
So what exactly did I just miss?
It beat its wings really hard and knocked these two prone,
Gotcha.
and then moved.
Can I still make an attack of opportunity as it leaves?
Let me see. Yes, at disadvantage because you are prone.
And I can only do reckless on my turn,
your turn.
correct?
Yes.
Alright, cool. Just wanted to confirm.
The sword just swings wide. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw that isn't unconscious.
Mm.
Oh boy.
So you know
The
how,
one that I'm good at.
Pass.
so you know Prudence is known for her wise choices.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of God, tell me a 20 passes.
Vishtara passes. Arcs fails. Prudence fails. Rory
Okay.
fails.
Oh, yes, Vistara! But
I
Got you covered.
Griffin fails
Yes, I
for
think-
2.
Thanks, thanks, I'm brain dead.
Artoria.
Thank you, Artoria.
Artoria, it is now. So anyone who fails is now frightened of the dragon.
Don't we need to see it for that one?
No, all you have to do
No?
is be aware of it.
That sucks.
When are we allowed to make our saves? Again.
On our turn, I believe.
Creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, and in the
End.
effect.
Okay.
We can't get closer, right? That's the thing?
You cannot get closer, and all attacks made against the creature while the creature is in sight have disadvantage.
Okay.
It is now going to make 3 attacks against Artoria.
Come at me.
Who is prone?
It was prone, so the dragon has advantage. So 1 with its bite.
21 for dex save fails. Holy shit.
Oh no. Okay.
33 to hit.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're going to be losing that armor again.
13 plus 8. Hold on, let me make sure because it should be fire.
Roll the mirror
dice,
image.
not just fire.
Mirror
Roll the
image?
mirror image.
That's right. Just a flat d20, right?
Just a flat
So I
d20.
remember that.
If it's above an 11, your mirror image hits it.
Fuck!
Hits you.
Nope.
So that should be 3 points of fire damage and 5 reduced to 2 points of cold damage,
Okay, we take those.
plus 13 points of piercing damage. Now for 2 claws. So roll that mirror image again.
Yep, hold on. Math, hard, brain hurty.
Math hard, brain hurty.
Classic Artoria.
I can just imagine Artoria laying there on the ground. Hold on a moment before you claw me. I just want to make sure I'm still alive.
It's like only in Zach's game do I need an actual calculator to figure out what's going on.
30 to hit.
What do you think?
19 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And natural 20.
Ah!
No, wait, hold on. I have to roll that mirror image again for
Roll
this
the mirror
second
image
question.
again.
Come on!
You
Come
need
on!
it a little better.
Yes!
Claw! You see the claw coming down at you. It's aiming directly for your head and then slams next to you, and you watch as the mirror image fades away. And you go, thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. Hold on, just to see how much damage that would have done.
Oh, that would have been disgusting.
That would have been so painful. Goodbye, Artoria. That is the end of the dragon turn.
Doop.
Arts.
Yeah. We're
As-
just
As you take a deep breath and run around the corner, you feel the cold ice in your hand get colder,
He has not summoned his weapon yet.
and your sword summoned itself,
Oh, fuck.
and a wind starts to pick up around you. Make your move.
Give me a moment. I need to look at the wording of something. Where the fuck is the thing? Okay. Fuck it. I'm going to try it one more time.
All right. Charisma saving throw.
Yep, charisma saving throw. Asking the patron to make this thing fail.
Don't
Tony,
all
just
dragons
break.
have legendary resistance?
Shouldn't have been with advantage. Fails.
Either way, it
Oh, there it goes.
It
It's
fails!
going to use its legendary resistance to succeed.
Fuck.
Hey, that's one of them gone.
Fuck. Yep, nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Back behind the building.
All right.
Arcs is tapped.
At the end of your turn, it's going to use legendary action to make a tail attack against Artoria. Schmack. Roll 20's being a pain in the ass. And lagging really bad.
That's not the only pit. Oh, I have to roll a d4 for the second hit.
Let me restart roll 20 real quick.
Oh,
Or it could
actually,
be
you're
my
right.
infinite.
Yeah, it's rolling
Wait,
the dice
it
that
rolled.
are dot. Oh, it rolled!
19.
Fuck!
Yep, because you don't have a shield out.
Yeah,
Schmack.
I don't need a shield.
You don't need a shield.
You do.
Roll 20's being laggy.
Wait, hold. Pause real quick.
Yes.
Rustling cat. Oh, nope, Rustling's unconscious. Never mind.
Yeah,
Russell's
yeah, I
unconscious.
know, I know.
I was sorry. It just reoccurred to me.
Yeah,
And that is
unfortunate.
that
Oh,
was a concentration?
Yeah, Shield of Faith is concentration up to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Where did my dragon sheet go? There it is. let's start, because roll 20's being a pain in the ass. Let's just start rolling naturally. 2d8 plus 8. 8, 9, 10, 11 plus 8. 19 points of bludgeoning damage as the tail spins around and smack!
This is fine.
Rustlin. Oh, now that's your die.
Max charges.
Your necklace starts to glow and hum as the charges fill. Rustlin, roll a death save.
Okay, and that's the D20. 16.
Succeed.
Okay, good.
The vines that wrap around you tighten and almost form onto your skin. And you can feel the very earth itself giving you strength.
Nice.
Your eyes snap open as the cocoon of vines explodes outwards. You are at full HP. You have an additional 5 armor as you are wearing a suit of vines as armor.
Alright, I gotta make a note of that. AC plus 5 for thorn armor. That leaves me at plus 5, 23 AC, okay. As my pen dies, come on now.
And you have a turn.
I have a turn?
You have a turn.
How does everybody look?
Artoria looks nearly dead.
I still have 28 hit points.
It hits you for 19 a shot.
Yeah, it'll be up by the time it goes again.
It has 2 legendary actions.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Oh my god, okay, sorry, I really did think I was gonna have a turn. One moment. Fuck, what is my real good heal? Where is
The real good heal.
it? Yeah. This one. Equal to... no, that's weak sauce. Is it this one?
I think your really strong heal is touch.
Cure wounds.
Yeah.
Oh wait, prayer healing.
That is a 5-minute. That is a 10-minute cast time.
Oh fuck! Never mind. Did not realize. All right, so it's the touch 1A is here.
Yeah, it's cure wounds, but you have to be within touch range.
You can get there.
Not with standing up from prone.
Oh.
They're not prone.
They were in a cocoon.
Mm.
It
out.
exploded.
It's like think of like an anime scene where it's just kind of like they kind of like burst out into like a star shape and they're like ready to go.
No, I thought you burst out and go into Superman pose or superhero landing.
That would have been pretty rad. Okay, let's see. 30 feet. Okay, so I'm going to move next to Artoria.
All right.
And then pit pat tap. Have some heals. What am I rolling? It is. Kieran says.
What level are you
1d8.
casting it at?
That is a good question.
You have access up to 4th level.
Might I suggest 4th level?
Yeah, I'll do that then. Okay.
4d8.
48 plus 5 or 4. I don't know what your wisdom is.
Plus, they're a life cleric, so don't they get extra stuff?
Oh, I get heals too, but I'm already fully healed, so. Wait, this is a D8, right? Yeah. Okay. So I only have. Wait. Oh shit, where'd it go? Okay, so
48
we have.
plus 5.
Okay, so it's this plus this plus I roll 2 again. And that is. Oh crap.
Oh, yeah, and add an additional 6 onto it because of Disciple of Life.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what are the 2 bonuses that I'm adding then?
Your +5 from your Wisdom mod, and then +6 because it's 2 plus the spell's level.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. So
Okay, and then if I pull up a calculator, okay, so those were the rolls plus the mods, and I'll add them up. So it's 7 plus 5 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 equals
40.
flat 30.
Very, you
30?
heal for 30.
Yeah, 30. Okay, I carried the one wrong place.
Okay, and then that means I can do a cantrip still.
As a bonus action, yes.
I actually
Wow.
use an action.
30 HP.
Hey, hype.
Life clerics are good shit, man.
Could I bonus action dodge then? Because I don't have any other bonuses.
That's just a rogue monk ability.
Okay. Oh wait, I have Bardic Inspo
You can do
that I
that.
can do as a bonus.
You're a bard?
I'm a sweet talking cow.
Blame the first run-in with Riffin.
Yeah. Within 60 feet, who can hear you at D8 to any attack rate? And then okay, so these are set. Can I do stuttering brain slowing? Is it possible to do slow down, let's try that again. Can I only do one bardic inspo, or do I specify a number?
You can only do one at a time.
One at a time. Okay. I'm going to give the bardic inspo to Artoria then.
Okay. Artoria, you have an extra D8.
The D8 for like anything?
Anything.
Hype. Okay. Artoria, after getting just like knocked down and like beat on like 4 or 5 times, like the healing, she's like, thank you, Rustlin. Rustlin, get away from the dragon!
Speaking of, as your turn ends, it uses another legendary action to tail attack.
Great. Super. Thrilled.
Does a 26 hit, Artoria?
Yeah.
13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Rustlin, get away from the...
The metal clink too. That was.
That was good. Shit.
Prudence, it's your turn. As you are standing there, scared out of your mind, you hear a voice in the back of your head. The stone, Prue! Get the stone! And the fear ends.
I forgot to roll that for arcs.
Roll now.
So, she's gonna listen and go grab that stone.
Yep, I clicked the wrong thing, but it would have been a 20 flat.
20 succeeds.
Oh, okay.
You are no longer frightened.
So she has the stone. I have that written down. Where? Somewhere. I have so many things. Where did I write this? I know I wrote the stone.
You don't have a stone. You've heard about stones. You've heard about dragon stones.
He gave her a stone. Remember?
He didn't have one.
What?
He didn't have one. He'd only heard about them.
The popping stones at the fireplace encounter. Or the campfire encounter thing.
Yes, that's what I was thinking you were
The
doing.
pop rocks.
Oh, yes.
Not those. Different voice? Same voice?
That was your old master, and
Yes.
he's encouraging you to get the stone.
Okay. So,
Not use them, get them.
well, she is... It's just like, bitch, you haunting me now! I'm gonna step out over here and, take a deep breath, start hurling boomerangs.
So many rangs.
So many rangs. Not a whole lot of good ones.
Oh,
One
if
did
only you
hit.
had advantage. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, to the point that only one hits.
And she's gonna yell, Artoria, if you die again, you'll never get that present I made you! And then, like, runs back this way.
Artoria, you can't die. There's presents waiting for you.
It would be difficult to receive a present while dead.
She says as
Andrus,
armor is caving in around her.
you suddenly awaken. And you're floating, but you're not on your broom. As a pair of massive white feathered wings sprawl out from your back. And you feel something in your hand. A massive great sword. It should be unwieldy for you. But it's not. At this moment, you are considered to have a strength of 18. And I don't know if Ben can hear me because his internet's being a bitch.
Ben can hear you.
Okay.
What has Ben doing then?
And you hear in the back of your mind, take my weapon and strike him down.
I do what the voice asks. I fly in and just point and
Okay, let me see what you're supposed to roll.
Yep, and technically
roll-
you're back one square.
Roll a d20 plus 11
God damn.
with advantage.
$23.
Find what your damage is supposed to be. As you swing and impact, I want you to roll 4d6 plus 8. And then an additional 6d8. You deal 42 damage as you swing your patron sword with all of your might. Artoria, you look up from getting blasted by the dragon to see Andrus flying on angel wings, wielding a sword nearly twice as long as his body.
Hell yeah!
Do you have any bonus actions?
Hex.
You hex the dragon.
How's it looking?
It's looking pretty rough. Hex. It's fine.
Those are critters. Sorry.
Okay.
What ability check?
Strength. Wait,
Okay.
would that also count for saving throws or just ability?
Just ability
Just ability
checks.
checks.
Strength.
Artoria, grapple it quickly.
Yeah, that'd be crazy strong for a level 1 spell.
Fuck it, you guys got this? You watch Riffin spread his wings and throw himself at the dragon. He is going to have to make a Constitution saving throw. He fails! I need my dice roller again. Where did my dice roller go? There's my dice roller. So Riffin deals 70 points of psychic damage.
The fuck?
You watch him fly forward, wrap his arms around the dragon's neck. You will not get them! You watch the form fade into a small ball and get sucked into the dragon.
What?
And you watch as it flails and bashes its head against the ground and roars. Blood spewing from the massive eyeball in its forehead as well as in its mouth. It starts to just gush blood out of every wound. $20d6 psychic damage.
Woo.
Riffin, gone.
Neat.
Vistara.
I'm gonna get up
Good night.
and I'm gonna night, and
Exactly.
I'm gonna charge
Good night,
at it.
everyone.
And that's all, folks. Yeah, and he's gonna charge, jump, and go for the eye in its mouth again. Just
Alright.
the sounds coming out of his mouth sound like a bear's growl and roar, and recklessly attack.
First one hits, roll for damage. You carve right through its throat. And it's gurgling, but it's still standing.
All right, that's it.
Last legendary action. It's going to smack Artoria. Because it really wants to just fucking kill someone.
Come at me, bastard!
It doesn't know why you guys keep standing up. 30!
I can take it.
$14.
I can't overcharge the amulet.
No.
Well, maybe it'll get its breath weapon back next turn if it survives.
Quit giving the DM ideas. That's why I didn't mention legend. That's why I didn't mention the freaking legendary resistance whenever Riffin went.
Oh no, it couldn't legendary resistance that away.
But it could legendary resistance a banishment. Okay.
Well, you can't resist the act of a god.
Fair enough.
I know, Vishtar's not even bloody. He wants more fight.
Artoria, you are bruised. You are battered. You are beaten.
And
So
I
That
be
armor has
still,
lost.
and I am still on the ground.
I assume you want to stand up.
I
at
will
some point.
stand up.
Shakily, you get to your feet.
Rat-a-tat bastard. And I'm gonna take 2 more swings!
Swing hard, champion of the Raven Queen.
And also, you didn't use Bardic Inspo yet, right?
No.
I have not, 'cause it hasn't been my turn since you gave it to me. Swing.
Yeah, funny thing, this is only round 3 of this combat.
Yeah? The first one misses, the second one hits.
Second one hits and is getting all 6 amulet charges, a level 2 smite, and the Bardic Inspiration.
You can't add Bardic Inspiration to
Ah,
damage.
fuck! That's
It's
unfortunate.
just the 2 hit.
Yeah, I figured, but I was gonna try for it and see if it got me. So
Maybe it'll slip through the cracks.
I played a bard to level 20.
ooh,
Ooh, 31 there.
Artoria, how do you want
Plus-
to do this?
oh, well, I'm gonna roll it for the number's sake, but
Jesus Christ, Paladins.
Decapitation!
insane Nova damage.
Artoria, how do you want to do this?
I at first shakily get back to my feet, but facing down the dragon, I hold firm, grasp my axe in both hands, walk right on up to it, and just do like a spinning cleave straight at its face while it's distracted with, or still slamming its head on the ground from Riffin.
As Artoria, you get up, you walk forward. Your blade is starting to glow with that ever-present, both unholy and holy radiance. You stare into the dragon's maw, and as it looks back towards you, bleeding and in pain, it reaches forward and just snaps you whole in its jawline. You all watch as Artoria disappears as it pulls up, and then you watch a glow from inside its throat. And the axe blade of Artoria's weapon come carving out of the side of its neck, carving all the way around through its throat. The head screeches and then falls off, shaking like a worm that's been cut in half. The body flails backwards and stumbles, crashing onto its back as Artoria stands between the cut, covered in the creature's ichor. It falls and breathes its last.
Arx is going to look to Prudence and be like, Are you going to poke that thing with the thing as well?
Probably, but there's something else I need to look for. And she's going to go up to the thing. I guess start poking around, but that might involve her tearing into it.
Yeah.
Artoria, just covered in the blood, will like walk up to Prudence with a big old goofy smile, like, "We did it! Need a hand?"
Artoria, you immediately drop to 1 hit point and fall over as the porcelain mask fades.
Russell
yeah.
instantly catches.
Mask fades, goofy smile.
And
Prudence is just like, what? Is she okay?
Anders, you land on the ground next to the severed head of the dragon, and the wings and fade into a flurry of feathers, the sword fading from your grasp.
Yeah, Rishtara's just grabbing a tooth from each side of the head, like the one fire or one red and one white, and just looking at everyone. You all look like shit.
Thanks.
Just in your heads.
Artoria from the ground very shakily gives a thumbs up, like, "I feel like it."
Which you hear because Artoria is face down.
Walking up alongside the building, Arx would have dismissed his sword again.
It dismisses in that.
Prudence
Chill.
has cure wounds. It's not as good as the actual healers, but she can try.
Artoria very shakily pats the ground near her, searching for herself, eventually hits herself in the head, and there's like a little divine glow
You
as she uses her
got 16
healing
plus
hands.
5 hit points from Prudence before she goes to inspect the creature.
Roll an investigation check, Prudence. It isn't that hard to find, as you see the massive gaping maw and the large eyeball that is now gone dull in a almost red color. You reach in and grab and pull it out. It's a large stone.
She just kind of stands there and stares at it for, like, lost in thought, like an almost uncomfortable, like, length of time.
And then it starts burning your hand a little bit. And then a lot.
Bag of holding. And they were saying there was an eyeball in its mouth too, so she'll.
That is the eyeball in its mouth.
Oh, was there what? There was one in its forehead and the one in its mouth.
Yes.
And just the one in its mouth had the thing.
Just the one in its mouth had the thing.
So that's there. She's a bit dazed, but she'll try to essence it. Maybe, cause these are actual dragon parts, right?
You don't know.
Maybe, cause
you've never seen a dragon. They've been gone for nearly.
I know. That's why.
years.
That's why she's like, "What do we do? These aren't supposed to exist, let alone be, chimeraed together."
You actually watch as the parts that are sewn together start to slaw off of each other.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Given the
stab
time differentiation between the Feywilds and the actual material plane, would it have stand to reason that Arx might know something about dragons?
No.
Okay. That still would have been too long.
It's still too long, and the time generally,
haphazard.
Time generally tends to line up eventually.
Rustin would like to inspect the dragon and try to loot some of it.
There is a lot of dragon. What are you trying to get?
Specifically, scales and teeth.
Okay.
Artoria will help with the scales because that is also
But
interesting.
I mean that's good to grab some of those, cause I mean.
So individual scales you can get, but it's easier to rip them off as hide.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
And there's a lot of hide.
But Prudence is also like, if this was a couple of dragons are people. Or were people? Do you want to skin people?
This was not a person.
Yeah,
This
Artoria-
wasn't, but initially, if this was a set of dragons, theoretically they were actual people.
Okay, further out of character question. You said this was a red and a white dragon, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Based upon legends and lore, would we know that these would have still been technically considered evil dragons, even if they weren't?
Roll a history check. Anyone who cares.
I vaguely remember we learning more about dragons from the golden dragon lady people elf in the in the town. But
Leave it to
sorry,
the
you said
warlocks
history?
to know about history.
Oh yeah.
Let me roll a history.
14 for history. Did I need to roll anything for the dragon looting?
We are going to get to that because there's a lot of dragon.
Yes.
I understand. Okay.
Just
want to clarify.
Dragons were sentient, and some of them could take people form. With polymorph, but they aren't. As far as most of you are concerned or understand, they aren't people. They are sentient, and some of them are really good, or were really good. Very lawful, very, very kind, but they also were creatures of magic.
Yeah, but I'm not saying like people as in, like humanoid peoples, but they're like
people as in they were sapient, had intelligent thought
like
of
you
their
could
own.
have a conversation with them. They had their own like agendas and thoughts and feelings,
Some of them just like to burn things. And especially everyone at this point would realize red and white like to murder. They were fans of the destruction. Red enjoyed tormenting people. They liked setting cities on fire. And white enjoyed hunting people.
I mean, Prudence doesn't feel bad that they killed it. It's just a matter of like
the morality of skinning
getting a person, someone that like could actually have a.
You don't get the feeling that it would be very morally dark of you to take from this creature.
I mean, if anything, they get bits of it. They could maybe, because we're gonna have to head up in the direction of that city that I can't remember the name of at the moment for the snake people, but like the dragon lady that was there. Yeah, like it could be like, are these actual dragons?
Margrave, Shadar, Norsalor.
Could be like, we ran into this. Would you know if these are like actually dragon things? Because if these are actually dragon bits, then we have a big problem.
That's a good idea. It'll be like a week out of our way, but it's.
Well, I mean, like we're heading in that. We have to head up that way.
You have to head to that city to do what you're doing anyway.
So like when we get there, it could be.
But the problem is how are we going to transport all of this?
Sorry, for Athy, could you state when you're talking is Peru? Because I'm getting a little confused as to what is Athy and what is Peru.
Okay.
Just because I'm having a hard time following like what our characters are saying, so I'm like, do I chime in as a player, as a character?
You also know that, especially as an artificer, dragon bits were highly prized as components.
Well, could get stuff off of it, and she could get the essence out of it, which kind of.
Which side of the dragon do you stab first?
She'll wait till people get like the skinning and whatever done first.
Okay. Who
Arx
is
would-
skinning the dragon?
Arx
Russell
will
will.
assist.
Mostly, you're gonna start skinning the dragon?
I will also help whoever's doing it.
Because there's a lot of dragon here.
Yeah.
She has a bag of holding and a bag of colding.
Roll a survival check with advantage.
Okay. There's a 16 plus 5 and an 18 plus 5. So
Okay.
23 for the top.
So, over the next hour or so, you will be able to pull off about 40 feet of white and red dragon hide. About 20 of each.
Do any of us have any?
Like 20 square feet?
Like, do you know how you unroll like pre-made grass? That those big rolls of sod.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like that.
Jeez.
Do I
anyone
roll
know?
separately for teeth?
Yes. Make another roll for teeth.
Does any one of us know anything about leather? We could at least tan this so it doesn't get all gross. Or we could try to figure it out.
So far, Artoria is going to like take a look around them, like scope out the village. How much destruction went down?
So this building is on fire, and this building's 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 on fire.
That building shouldn't be on fire. It was out of its breath range.
All of this started to catch.
Also, it's 15 for the teeth roll.
Okay. You will get, and this is over the course of a couple hours. You will get 17 teeth and
Yeah.
5 claws.
Arx would have been working on that fire.
It's like I don't.
Luckily,
have
the
Yeah.
fires aren't large. They aren't massive flames, because a lot of the ground also immediately became damp because of all the intense frost.
Fair.
So a lot of them are very small fires that are catching at the edges of buildings, and
Yeah.
very quickly you can put those out. Especially because after the first couple of minutes of cutting, a lot of the town's guards start to slowly and carefully approach.
Just curious.
Including
the
7
meat
Martins.
Prudence at this point will start stabbing various points of the thing with the
You get
essence extruder.
You get 2 of each essence of red and essence of white dragon.
Since Artoria was also helping Ruslin with the skinning and pulling of teeth and such, seeing the guards come up, Arx would have shifted his face, and it would have become, well, shifted his entire body, and it would have become a little more of that friendly old lady kind of thing, and would have been like, come, it's okay, everything's fine, it's dead, we can all go about our lives.
The guards start to quickly start putting out what fires they can, stamping out bushes and grass. The whole area is scorched to shit. And this building is crushed where the dragon landed on it and pushed off.
Do we have any signs of Riven?
Yes, you see 7 of them.
Riffin.
Oh, Riffin. No.
Artoria digs through like the dragon. Like, where'd the bastard go?
Bishtara and Moonshadow are just having their snack.
You snacking.
How do both sides taste?
So the red side burns the ever-living shit out of your tongue. It is so goddamn spicy, and your sinuses are clear forever.
I will add that to my notes.
Sinus is clear forever.
The white side, although you cook it, it doesn't get hot.
It's minty fresh.
Even though it
Minty
cooks
meat.
and it takes on a darker color like cooked meat should, it never actually warms. It still tastes, it still feels frozen.
I'll still eat it.
Can I dislodge some of the scales individually from the hide?
Sure.
Just like a few.
Okay. You have a handful of small scales from like the feet.
Okay.
The sides of the wings.
Looking around at the remains of this thing, are there any kind of like sacks that would have been acting as like catalysts for its breath weapon?
You'd have to really get in there, but you can certainly give it a survival check.
Arx will bring that up, but he's not going in there.
I'll go find it.
Bardic Inspo.
Artoria is already knee deep in there anyway.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing.
Just trudges a little further into the dragon.
Yeah. Arx is just stamping out one of the last remaining little fires.
Artoria, roll a survival check. You also have your bardic inspiration still.
Oh yeah. Anybody know what it looks like?
No.
I didn't think so.
Wow, she is really going inside of it. Okay, that is strange. I am amazed you all killed that.
Roll that D8.
Prudence still looks wrecked.
So you're noticing something strange while inside the dragon. It's melting.
I will like poke my head out of just some of like the gross like meaty chunks and viscera.
You all
like,
can't tell where the hair ends and the face begins. It's all just this black color.
So are we talking like Wicked Witch of the West kind of melting here?
As you guys are working on this, and over this past like half hour, as you guys slowly take apart the dragon's flesh, underneath the hide, especially like the organs, are starting to liquefy.
Yeah, Artoria like
Star,
kind of
roll a
pokes her head
Constitution
out.
save, by the way.
All right.
Artoria pokes her head out from all the meat and like viscera and just like, so problem? It's all melting.
Was
So
it
as
ever
Artoria
alive?
pops out and says, "It's all melting," Vistara, you turn, look at Artoria, and start to vomit up a disgusting black liquid.
Ruslan Vishtar is not looking so great.
He's just gonna wipe
Moonshadow
his
also
mouth.
begins to vomit up a horrible black liquid.
Can I inspect them to see if it is like just like a food poisoning or if it's like a
It
oh
looks the same as what's leaking out of the dragon.
Does Artoria connect the two?
Roll an intelligence check.
No.
Barely. It takes a couple of double takes.
Just
That's a save.
oh shit! I should get out of this. And she like unpokes her head and then just
not-
she comes bursting out.
It's not burning. It's not acidic.
Right.
It's just melting and gross.
Yeah. She doesn't really think twice about the gross part as she comes bursting out as quickly as possible of all the gross meaty.
What?
Probably sending it flying in every direction. Just
Is there any way to figure out what happened? Like, was it ever alive, or?
Roll a medicine check.
Can I like put in some of my what was it? Some of my preserve life into Vishtara as a sort of stop vomiting aid.
Yeah. They get it out and they immediately stop. It was just getting the chunks of meat out that turned into a nasty, horrible liquid from the beyond the grave and beyond space. You know, as abjurations are.
Yeah,
what are the scales?
Prudence is just like, well, it's not alive now.
So, Prudence, you look at it, and all of the hard bits are doing fine. The scales, the hide, the fangs, the claws, even the wings are fine. It's just the meaty bits that are melting. Tongue, the eyeball, the innards, the meat. And as it's melting, you can see bone. You can see bones that have been put together that have since separated, and they're fine. It's just the meaty bits that are going.
Seeing that, can Rustin also do a medicine check on the corpse?
Guys.
Sure.
Guys. Okay. Artoria just kind of like also gonna suddenly have big revelation. Just like, okay, everyone. So we're planning on buying a ship, right? Ships usually have like something cool on the front of them, right? And then she just like points towards the dragon head, like,
You come up with the same thing, Ruslan. The meat is melting.
Taxidermy the head. Put it on the bow of our ship.
I respectfully, I think not.
Kind of hangs her head a bit like, oh.
I
But
cannot
it was a
even
great
say I know
idea.
what the ship is.
Oh, Ox, just you wait. Ships, they're glorious things, and Rustin's gonna ramble on about ships.
Arx will just squint at him a little bit at the beginning, and then actually genuinely start listening.
You all, and no one's been approaching you guys really. Even Martin's keeping a respectable distance from all of you as you're just butchering.
Arx at this point
we're
has
efficient.
been sitting up against the side of the building.
Eventually, though, like after getting out of all the blood and gross stuff, she's just gonna turn to like one of the magic people and be like, "Can I get a Can you clean me?"
Prestidigitation. I'm on it, and the blood off of you disappears.
And Arx is doing the same,
Like,
basically, as soon as they're saying it.
Prudence has actually been pretty quiet through most of this, like lost in thought. Like she's working, but like she's definitely like not here. Exactly.
Is it like noticeable? You
She's
trying to
not.
hide it?
She's no. She's not trying to hide it. It's more like there's something on her mind. She's usually a lot more charity, a lot more upbeat about this sort of thing. But like she definitely has something on her mind, and especially because Andros was just flying, and Rustlin just exploded like out of a cocoon. Like weird shit's happening. She had a voice in her head that knew something about this dragon, and she's just kind of lost in it.
And you look
at the
back at
moment.
Rustlin, then the vines have fallen off and have dug their way back into the ground.
You all are very strange. Is
That
that
is
normal?
Not normal, no. I'd like to say that it were, but unfortunately it is not.
And what
Yes,
happened
nothing
to
really
the
is
other
normal
one?
anymore. Ow! That hurts.
Where is that coming from?
Behind Artoria.
We'll speak of the tiefling and Isoba.
Slowly turn.
Yeah.
You watch
instantly
as from behind Artoria, Riffit just kind of poofs into existence.
Chokehold. Tori just grabs him. Okay, you saw this coming. What do you know? and it's not like a super grip, like a choking hold, but like she's got him by the neck. She'll like loosen it a bit. Maybe like shit, and just grab him by the like shirt collar.
Rustin's gonna be looking down with like that sort of like anime mom smile, like, yes, I'm putting on a sweet face, but also you better get ready to fucking talk.
We don't know offhand why, but good news, that one is dead. Bad news, there's like 200 more.
But we can't.
Who is
We barely beat this one.
That was going to be my question. Who is V?
He points at the eyeball that's still open on his forehead.
Oh, at least you're more willing to talk about that this time.
We didn't have time. Let go! And he disappears and appears over here. Right. Okay. Let's start from the beginning. I am a sorcerer. I was a sorcerer, and I stumbled upon something I wasn't supposed to as a mortal. There are things beyond our realms, beyond all of the realms. They are the things that should not be. They are the source of nothingness. They are the source of infinity. And most of them don't care about what happens to the mortal realm because they're too far away from it. They don't see it. They know too much. They know too little. They do not see what we see. What I stumbled upon was not one of them. It was ancient, and it was also brand new. It doesn't know, and it knows everything.
Calm down.
Who
So
is
this
thing?
Speak.
I am calm. This is me calm these days. I don't.
Rustin, the thing? And she'll like wave her magic hand, like hands, like.
Can I first insight to see if Riffin actually needs the calm emotions?
Sure, roll insight.
Yeah, in everyone's head except for this non-corporeal being, he's just gonna ask, "Who is this?"
I can hear that,
Insight
Eyebrow raise.
he says in everyone's head.
plus 5. 22.
Okay.
This is normal for this creature. This is calm.
We'll kind of just look at Artoria. This just appears to be how they are.
So there are these creatures. They know everything. They know nothing and everything. And I became the walking eyes of one of them, the newest, the oldest and the newest, the newborn child of ancient beings. Yeah, it's been weird. So
Great. So this thing just is watching us?
it's watching everything. It's learning because it knows everything and it knows nothing and it doesn't know in between. It's just observing. It's just observing. The problem is,
Eyebrow raised.
the problem is that others observe, others watch. They have many more eyes than we have, and they want to see. They want to see everything inside and out. They want to see all of it. They want to see and know because they are knowledge and they are nothingness and they need the in between. And we, and he points to himself and he waves his arms out. We are in between. We are in between everything and nothing. We are thing. We are thing, and it is in between. And they want it. And they have been sitting for millennia, eons, waiting and wanting, and they are slow to move. They are slow, they are very slow, but they are everything, and they are here now. And they are coming, and there is nothing that we, and he points to the eyeball on his head, can do on our own to stop it. We have seen, we have tried to push them away. We have tried to point them in different directions, different planes, because it cannot be, they cannot be, they are the things that should not be. And yet they are here, and they are coming, and they want, and they need, and they are fulfilled and empty. And they will swallow our world in everything. And we will be everything when we are consumed. I don't want to be everything. No one wants to be everything, because then we are nothing. And that is why the abyss has appeared on your plane. Because it knows as well. It knows, it sees, it knows an opportunity when it's seeing it. It doesn't want to be everything either. It doesn't want to be everything because it will be nothing, and it's worked so hard to be everything. And now everything is going to be lost unless we can stop it. And then they tried, and it points at the dragon. They tried to be everything. They tried so hard to be everything. But you can't be everything. You don't have enough eyeballs.
I'm sorry, what's the correlation between the eyeballs and being?
Because you can see.
Artoria is going to, like, without looking away or trying to draw too much attention from Riffin, just like slowly lean back towards Prudence and be like, please tell me you're understanding any of this.
She nods.
And so they took, and they took the child of Bahamut, they took the childs of Tiamat, and they took, and they fell. That is what happened. That is the secret. Everything came for the large-scaled ones, and they became everything. And now they are everything. And now they are returning home. Mounds of flesh that should not be painted with skin and scale of what was.
So you are saying that there are going to be more of these abominations?
Many more. These used to rule. These used to be the rulers of this plane. This used to be their plane, and we lived under them. It was their rule, their tyranny, but they were good and they were evil. But they protected us. It was them. It was the dragon that kept us safe from the others. And now the abyss knows. And it came, and it took, and it made part of this world its own.
Minister.
They took because they could not hold those that have eyes away from their own plane, so they think, I will take a second, I will have another plane of existence to feed them with. They will leave the abyss alone, and the abyss will cross over, and the blood wall will be over, and everything will be over. Because it will not work. They are manic. Those across that plane, they are crazy. They are manic. They think that they can stop it because they are not everything, and they do not know, but they will fail. It will all fail.
So what are we to do then?
Surely you didn't just come here to spout doomsday nonsense, not nonsense, but just words of death. Surely you have something more?
And he points at the dead dragon. Yes, I have more because you have more. We gave you eyes so you could fight them. They need a hold. They need to spread. They need to consume. And this is how they will. And he points at the dragon again. They will go and they will consume and they will spread and they will change and they will erupt and they will degrade and they will decay and they will spread their poisons and their flames and their lightning and their acids, and you will stop them because that is the only way.
We barely killed this one with the aid of, and she'll gesture to both Rustlin and Andrus, with the aid of our patrons. Great
Yes,
gifts that they granted us.
They fear. They will be consumed, so they fear. You will all be consumed. You, and he's pointing at each of you. And then he points off in the distance. You, and you.
Who, Riffin?
The small green one. The bird, the white one. You all are fate touched, so you get eyes.
Did he point at Moonshadow?
Yes.
Did he point at Arcs? Because
Yes.
Arcs would not like that.
You are here exactly where you should be. Which means, oh, good gracious, young one, we have a chance.
So I get to hunt more of these?
Many.
The kind of primal grin spreads across Vishtara. I'm okay with this.
Ah, goodness.
These things are abominations. They should not be. It is good if we eliminate them all.
I
Where
agree, but
are
it's
they-
not as simple as just saying we will.
Where are they coming from?
He just points straight upwards.
Ah,
Look
the
up.
sky. They do in fact fly, yes.
He poofs and appears directly in front of you and grabs your face and points you up, and your vision extends beyond the sky. It extends beyond the clouds and the blue into a sea of nothingness. Empty, save for points of light, distant between the nothingness.
That makes me want to ask if we can have Artoria roll an intelligence saving throw to see whether or not her mind breaks from this.
Artoria, roll a Constitution saving throw. You resist the urge to vomit as you're pulled back into your body. They are from up there.
Okay. I don't understand.
You will. And he appears next to Prudence and grabs your head and points it upwards. And you are also thrust into the astral sea. Do you see? Do you understand?
Does she?
You are far more mind friendly than Artoria is.
Mind friendly. Well put.
You know where you are as your vision is pulled back into your own body.
I don't like that.
We don't like that. It's empty up there and so very full.
Rustin's gonna speak up frantically. Wait, if there have been attacks here, have there been attacks elsewhere?
No, maybe, yes, no, different timeline. No.
No. And he's
Just
just
after
gonna kind of
you.
like, because we have the eyes?
Because you have the link. No, we gave you the eyes. We gave you the tools, but you were meant for this.
The fate thing you said earlier?
He appears in front of you again, Artoria. Your patron is the Lady of Fate, yes? Yes, it is. I've spoken to her. Wonderful woman.
Artoria is very taken
know
aback at
that
it.
fate, the threads, all of them intertwine. You know that
Yes.
every single one of them touches one another in some way.
Yes.
So,
We do.
your threads touch theirs.
As it is that, as in, and she'll like bring up like
And he
hand.
points
like,
up again.
quotes. Okay, yes, them.
They
Mm,
They don't like that. Their threads consume other threads. They are not threads. Ropes are not threads. Ropes are larger, and they make up by threads. They make up everything. If you are just a thread, then a rope is everything. And you don't go into the rope. You wind around it. And they don't like that. They don't like that.
I'm. That is incredibly worrying.
So they come for you. They come. They'll send their minions. They'll send their spawn. They'll send their eyes. They'll send eyes.
Their spawn. Those bug bastards.
One of them, yes, that's theirs. That's always going to be theirs. They.
That's
Yes.
necessarily the reason to hate them. On a physical, tangible, understandable way that I can wrap my head around at least.
I will do what I can. I've done what I can. We want you to succeed. This, and he pats the area next to his forehead. This is mine, and I am his, and we take care of each other because we are all we have, and he is everything and nothing, and all of it needs to be balanced. We don't want to go, so we will help. And we did. We gave you eyes. We gave you so many eyes already. More of you need eyes. We will get more eyes. I promise we will get more eyes. We will aid. We will aid and give thanks when the rope is torn asunder. Please survive. Kill more of these things. And you watch as she's actually crying now. We have tried. We have tried.
Can Ruslan hug him?
Yes.
Aw.
Arx is just staring at him like he's a fucking madman. Insane, raving lunatic.
I am a lunatic. Yes, I am.
I would appreciate it if you would stay out of my head.
I can't help it.
Then help yourself to this. And he's just going to start imagining Riffin naked.
That is not the first time someone's done that.
Yeah, it's not the first time. I'm not exactly alone up in here. And he's only saying that just to him, so no one else hears him say, or think this. You're not the only one in my head. So this is normal.
There are many in all of your heads. There are so many in all of you. You all hear them every day. All of you hear them all the time. You've just learned to ignore them or just take what you need from them. But you all hear every day all the sounds in your mind. Every memory is a voice. Every action is a word. And you will need all of them. You will need every eye, every voice, every touch and feel.
Oh, excellent memories.
You will need every bit you can get because you have to fight nothing.
Well, I'm a lost cause there.
Huh. Strange. He grabs you by the forehead.
Nothing.
There's nothing, and something more, and then a dark, and then something more. You are a strange one. Why?
Prudence is gonna grab Riffin's wrist, be like, "Can you please stop grabbing her?"
No, I see. I see. No, that voice is just silent. Don't worry. You will get better. He pats you on the head, Artoria.
Not reassuring. Coming from you.
It will be. Don't worry. It will be helpful. I promise, I think.
Well, I guess I'll say it. Where do we go from here, then?
You just continue. There's no way to avoid it. There's no way to walk around it. It will just be there. You'll pass wines and wines and wines to a destination, and it will be there when you get there.
So you are saying no matter what these ones do, no matter where they go, they are going to come.
They will come because they are meant to come, because that is what has been decided.
Rosa at this point will hug Riffin a bit harder, if not for Riffin, but also for Rustlin.
The wings on his back actually wrap around you.
Wait, he has wings?
He has wings.
They just look like his coat half the time.
Okay. Yeah, I
That's
have,
fancy.
all I'm going off is the image because I've never met this person before.
You watch as the coat, what looks like a mantle, actually unfold and then spread out as leathery, devil-like wings before embracing Rustlin. Oh, I know. My grandfather might help you. Might. That'd be a trip. You'll get there. Don't worry. I'm sure you will. You will. You will. You will. You will. Just tell him his grandson's calling. He'll know. Tell him I was blue, and that will be enough.
What is his name?
Oh, you'll know him. You'll know him. He's a very important man.
That does not help.
Oh, it will. You'll know it immediately. Don't worry.
And why tell him that you were blue?
Because I was blue.
Is Martin within sight?
Martin is just like bewildered 50 feet away.
Arx is going to look over towards him at the mention of blue.
I do not know this man. There are blue tieflings, I assure you, but not ones that go from blue to red. That is a new one to me.
Look back at freaking Riffin.
I was blue. No, I was red. And then I was blue, and then I was red, because Granddad helped me. And he smiles very wide. But I need to go. I need to go. And find them in the nothing. We need to find them and know what they're doing so we know how to best help you. And we need to gather more eyes. More eyes.
Rustin's gonna lean in and whisper to Riffin, "Be safe." And we'll give him a bardic inspo.
We will be safe, don't you worry. They will come and I will go, and they will go and I will come back. It is fine. And he just vanishes.
From what I have observed, this is not the first time that you have run into this one. He seems like a bit of a madman.
It always makes my head hurt when he's here.
I'm not sure I'd believe a word he said if it wasn't for this thing. She gestures towards the melting remnants and
I still
all
do not know
the
if I
eyeballs.
Yeah, the hundreds of eyes that were in the sky that one time. That.
I'm sorry, what?
She, like, both of like her metal hands just kind of like lift and like turn towards Arx like they're gonna wave, but like the eyeball lenses in the middle of her palms just like snap open.
And I don't know how many people have been really paying a whole lot of attention to Arx at this point, but he's not constantly shifting anymore. His features have settled. His skin is a very pale white, and his eyes are completely black. He's no longer taking on features of those he looks at.
Well, she sees that now.
Mm-hmm. So you are saying that those eyes are from him?
Mm-hmm.
That is unsettling.
Or the young one, or whatever he said. Whatever that's supposed to mean.
Don't really know. Don't really care. As long as I get to kill something. These put up a decent fight. They could hit a bit harder, though.
Artoria just slowly
Yeah,
starts to bleed
Artoria
out the nose.
like gestures to herself, and like what was beautiful armor now like dented and all messed up. Like, I think it hit just hard enough. You know, maybe a little less even.
And
Artoria took a grand total of 144 damage that fight.
Shit, man.
and like Prudence will like pat Artoria on the shoulders, like, don't worry, I can knock that out for you.
Thank you.
Does
It was so
Arndris
pretty.
still have wings?
No, those have. There's a pile of feathers behind Arndris.
Is the mask completely gone, or did it just like fall off or something?
It faded.
Sad.
So Prudence is gonna kind of look over to where Martin's standing. Just kind of raise a brow.
He just kind of shrugs. I am out of my fucking depth.
You sure you still want to come?
Yes, if only to fucking understand what is happening.
Tell me, are all the villagers fine?
Yes, we got them away from the infernal that rained down upon our village. They are hunkering on the outskirts of the village with most of the town guard.
Well, as you can see, this one isn't dead. So, seems like it might be safe for them to come back for the meantime.
Their guards are going to keep them tucked away in a safe spot away from the village for probably a day or so, just to make sure that another one does not come back.
Better safe than sorry, certainly. We cannot. Well, supposedly there are hundreds more, and we can never predict when they're going to come. Great.
That sounds about like life, yes.
Does this mean we should hit the road?
We should probably not stay in one place for too long.
Yes, I don't think that would be safe for anybody around us.
Yeah, wherever
Probably
we're staying is always in
also
danger.
probably also best not to mention that it was coming after us.
Certainly not.
Very close to your chest.
You know, speaking of us, and Rustin's going to turn to Vishtara and Arx. I think we, you know, where are your eyes?
Come again.
Well,
You cut out.
oh, sorry.
Hmm.
Where are your eyes?
What are you talking about? These are my eyes.
You may have
Yes.
sprouted extra ones. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
I just kind of
for
look
example,
over to-
like the ones on her hands.
I look over to Moon Shadow. She is my eyes, I guess.
Rustin's gonna kind of look towards the other, already knowing their eyeballs, having people and just kind of look for help. Like, I don't know how to explain this.
You do recall that that Riffin said he had to go get more.
Oh, so we don't have more eyes now?
I don't believe this is his work. That's how they are, and I will certainly not be one to judge.
Where looking at Rosalind, where are your eyes?
Rustin then pauses because as a player,
You feel something on your tongue shift.
okay, that's what I thought. God
yeah,
damn
I
it.
remember it being the.
I just remember that there wasn't like a visual for it, so I was like, I don't know if it does live there or not.
Vishtara, you watch as Rustlin opens their mouth and extends their tongue out. And you watch in the center of their tongue, it splits open, and there is an eyeball in the center of their tongue.
He just kind of shrugs.
Is
Okay.
disturbing, but interesting.
It
Then-
then closes, and you cannot see the seam.
Arx is going to mimic that with his tongue,
Ooh.
just to see if he can.
You cannot.
I'm gonna look over to the other two whose eyes I haven't seen yet. And the two of you, Artoria and Andrus.
None that I know of. Thank God.
Artoria, you have seen eyes.
On me?
Yes. Well, not on you. You reach out and you cast Divine Sense, and two things happen. One, what is behind you is most assuredly both Dragon and Abjuration. Not Abjuration. I'm
Aberration.
thinking of it. Aberration, yes. And two, as you extend your hand around Artoria for just about 5 seconds, dozen eyeballs open up and
that's
stare in
right.
all directions.
That's right. Mine are hidden.
Over to Andrus.
Would it be fair to say that I project the image of an eyeball into his own head?
Yes.
Mine eyes are on the inside.
One could say it was the mind's eye.
One could say it's insight.
What's the D4?
That was not a pun I made. That was
Whatever
a
the
pun
next enemy Zach makes takes a d4 damage. Easy.
That was a pun that Bloodborne made.
Oh, I thought it was Arx calling it the mind's eye.
Might have written that down as what it was when I was creating your guys' eye abilities. So there wasn't much of a pun, as it just was a good guess. Also, it will kill Artoria if I roll that die.
Oh, that's right. No, Prue gave her healing.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then
back up to 30. I'm back up to 30. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's right, you were healed a little bit. A little bit.
Zach's just always trying to kill Artoria with puns.
One day, one of you will forget that one of you is just revived and oops.
Though speaking of damage, despite all of the frosted stuff that Arx took, he looks okay. Other than, well, even his clothes look all right.
He's a little crispy, but
There's a little bit of burn on the edge of his clothing, yes, but
you all, for the record, you all look like shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
prestidigitation, baby.
I'm not even bloodied.
Oh, yeah. Artoria got prestidigitation. She looks just fine, except for
Yep.
the destroyed armor. We don't talk about that.
And the
Russell
bruises.
just looks.
And the bruises.
And the
burn.
bruises.
And the fact that your hair is a mess.
That got prestidigitation. It's fine. It's just not straight anymore.
And I got shapeshifting, so I can hide a lot of my damage, even if I am scorched.
Extra crispy.
Oh, mechanic question. So, I'm a furbolg, and I have the magics. I don't know if that was right when I clicked. I meant to click the thing. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If I do that, does it like cover up the horrifically bloody, burnt, crispy mess I am?
Yeah, you look normal now.
Okay.
There's like patches of fur that are like missing. Your wounds are healed when you burst out of the cocoon of vines. Didn't make all the fur loss go away. You'll be growing that back in for a little while.
Question about where the fur loss is.
The arms, like the area around
Anywhere
the
that
neck.
is exposed fur.
Yeah.
Because that was a breath attack.
That was 30-ish points of fire damage.
Just Rustlin's entire front that wasn't covered by armor is no longer.
Just like it's like patches that burned away. It wasn't like the whole arm is bald, but like
Prue's got bits of frostbite. She took like all the cold and half the fire.
Endress is just like, ow!
Oh, did I get any healing, or did I just like get 1 hit point?
You went back to full.
Okay, good.
You in the cocoon, you went back to full. But you're just like you got smoked.
I'd like to
Like
ask
a
if we could have
brisket.
another spa day, but I
And
think
then
we
subsequently
need to get
flash
on the road.
frozen.
Well, we can go back to those baths, I think they were, tonight once we are done moving on the road.
Oh, that's right. It moves with us.
But I can cast it again.
Can that place hold all of the remains of this thing? At least all of the remains that remain?
For a short amount of time. When the spell drops, anything that was not in the mansion when I casted it will be ejected.
That is good enough. I do not think that this as rare as this is supposed to be, that we leave it laying around.
Well, there will be a giant spider corpse left behind.
Do not remind me. But this is would be problematic to leave behind for it to spread.
It's mostly a skeleton and goo now, right?
Yeah, you guys have stripped most of it after all this time.
Out of character dragon boats have a lot of good uses.
I want a dragon bone greatsword.
That would be pretty cool.
You know it's really it's really ironic. Rogue wanted nothing more than to get his hands on dragon
Oh, that's
bones.
right. He wanted to make the dragon bone barrel.
We should get him one.
Yeah.
We must make the barrel in his honor.
I think Prue's like, we're running out of room in this bag.
Yeah, between the hide that you took and the skeleton, you're full.
We shall buy a wagon.
Well,
That would be a good idea.
There is a cart across the street.
Oh yeah, is it on fire or not?
That burned.
Not any. Well,
Damn.
it's not on fire anymore.
Because it's not there anymore.
That got crispy. As you mentioned the wagon, one of the wheels just kind of and the whole thing just collapses inward.
I like my carts extra crispy.
Are there any guards around still?
There are lots. They are putting out fires and trying to remove rubble and making sure that no one fucking died in the buildings that caught fire. They're leaving you guys to the corpse because they don't know what the fuck to do with it.
Can I go up to a guard that may seem to be more in charge?
Roll an insight check.
Yeah. Oops, sorry. That was a loud bang. My insight. Okay, so 23.
So none of these guards seem to be in charge. They're going through the motions of what they've been trained to do in case of emergencies in the village. Like search and rescue, putting out fires, moving rubble. With these, like, almost blank, cannot believe what they're seeing expressions on their face.
You do not see this, as this is all a myth, a legend. Doing the whole Jedi mind trick hand wave thing.
They're honestly, most of them are ignoring you guys and trying to think of doing anything else but staring at the 20-foot monster that crash landed in their city. That should not exist.
This does not exist.
Okay.
Not anymore. You guys turned it into fucking parts.
Exactly.
I guess I'm just gonna go up to any of the guards then, whoever's closest.
You find generic dwarf number 5.
Okay.
Oh man, that guy's an ass.
He's
I know,
also
right?
he's also the same guy. He's also the same voice actor that voices generic dwarf number 7.
Oh, I like him.
Excuse me. Sorry. Where could I find somebody in charge, or are they off hidden?
They're sorry. They're with the townsfolk. They're keeping people calm and safe outside the town. What do you need? What can I do for you?
We'd like to dispose of the rather unfortunate monstrosity that attacked. Is there any way we could have a cart to lug it?
There is He wipes his face, and you watch as he wipes his face. Just big streak of like charcoal across his face.
Prestidigitation.
He's clean. There is a stable that we keep for the guards, and there should be carts and horses there. Take what you take a cart and a pair. You've all earned it.
Thank you. It's very much appreciated.
He just kind of gestures to where the town leads into the farmlands on the northern end. They've evacuated all the townsfolk to the west end of the town, getting them away from the very flammable crop fields.
Yeah. Rosen's gonna look sadly at the crop fields that he was recently working in just the day before.
And these are like in town. These are like little patches of farmland that people have. Basically, there's gardens.
Got it.
You know, the farmlands outside the city are much larger.
Okay. Russell will head back to the group. We have a cart. We just have to go pick it up and a pair of horses.
Lovely.
Let's
Get
just get it loaded up.
done.
Does anyone know if there's a river nearby? We should really clean off these bones. I'd prefer not to do that in Martin's bathtub.
You actually look at one of the bones, and the way that the liquid is dripping, it's dripping off of them.
Artoria will like pick up and shake one of them and be like, "Is that good?"
And what she has done is cleaned a bone. All of the tendons, the sinew, the meat has just dripped off of them.
That's unsettling.
There is a nasty puddle of black liquid in the center of where you killed it.
Ew. Okay.
Can I inspect it to see if it's like
Yeah,
poisonous or otherwise not great for the earth?
Sure. Roll oh god, what the fuck would this be? Nature check.
I'm gonna be right back. Grab a
Okay.
Yep.
What is mine? -1 for nature, so 18.
Damn.
It could be worse. It's like an oil is the best way I can describe it. It's like an oil that is slowly seeping into the ground.
Ew.
Could be bad in a couple decades. Don't plant anything here.
In the middle of town.
On the road, I think we're good.
Put like a bunch of like plywood over that. It's fine.
No, spread it out along the pathway. That way they don't ever have to like dig up the weeds from the path. There you go.
Rustlin, before the party goes to get a cart or anything, will just pass
Will it-
that info along to the guards.
Will it infect people?
Roll a medicine check.
It's less a medicine thing and more of a... I guess maybe will it radiate some sort of like awful magic or something? Because they weren't
Arcana
created.
check.
Because they weren't created normally. Nope. No
It's
idea.
fine. Fine. So try to roll that check. 'Cause that's a good point. Oh no, he rolled a 2. It's fine.
Could I actually roll for that? Because that was part of what I was looking for. I think I just
Sure.
worded it really wrong. Medicine is +5, so 13.
It's fine.
It's fine. All right, yeah, I'll just pass on the info to the town's guards then.
And honestly, what Rustlin, as you look at it, it didn't seem to hurt your ally when they ingested it. They just kind of vomited it back up.
Tasting
And
good going
Artoria was
down.
covered in it, and she didn't get hurt.
30 years from now, she develops cancer.
I am, however, immune to diseases.
And I ate it.
I mean, like, it's like lead in the pipes. Sure, 50 years down the line you're gonna be in trouble, but it's good for now.
Oh gosh.
Plus, this is a world of magic.
You're fine. There's clerics.
Are there
Not
any
the divine
clerics in
blood.
the city specifically?
You don't know. It's fine. There, technically, yes, there is one at the moment.
Yes, technically one, but if they leave, is there still going to be another one there?
You guys don't know. You never checked for any temples.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I missed the initial question.
You don't think it's going to be a problem, especially because it's in a pathway that no one's going to eat off of.
So, should we go get our carriage and then possibly, and we'll look to Martin, wash up if it's still available?
It should be No, never mind. I did not cast it again. It would have vanished. We can later.
All right.
Back on the road.
Just get situated. So this is a cart, not a wagon, that we're getting?
This is a... Hold on while I remember the types of vehicles.
Cart,
Yeah, I don't know
wagons,
the
carriage.
difference.
Well, a cart is like... You don't really ride in a cart. It's like you just carry stuff in it. It's small. Like you might have a horse or a donkey. A wagon, like you get...
This is in fact a carriage. It's got a cover.
Ah, cool.
It has a cover.
It has cover.
That's
We're
all
in.
right.
This is some fancy living.
For sure.
Fancy living.
And
Here
you
we
fill
come.
most of it with dragon bones.
Yeah, there's stars walking alongside with Moonshadow.
Yeah.
There's enough for a driver, the person that's the next driver, and like 2 other people. It's fine.
Can Rustin lead as the driver?
All you.
You can drive land vehicles.
The drive stick.
Technically,
To be fair, Rustlin can ask the horses to
True.
please kindly go.
Yeah, and I have a +5 in animal handling, so that's kind of what I was basing off of. Otherwise, I'm a water vehicle person.
And Artoria has a giant fucking bird to ride on.
That's true.
Could also just talk to them. So I can talk with animals as well.
But as an aside, whenever they all started going off to go gather the carriage and the horses, Arx would have slipped to the same guard that Ruslan had spoken to and just slip him a small sack of gold.
He
This is just in case if your superiors are not happy with the decisions that you have made.
just kind of takes it, looks into it, and just nods and goes back to doing what he was doing. Just
75 gold.
yeah, he's there. Most of the guards are working with a kind of like half here, half like trapped in their own heads expression.
Mhm.
So he accepts it and nods and goes back to cleaning up one of the houses that had collapsed. But you all gather yourselves, gather your allies and your friends, and pick back up onto the road. Now slightly more concerned about what is happening. I think that is where we will end the session for tonight.
Woo!
And we will pick up again on your way to Hansbrook.
Cool.
Dragon!
Woo!
Victory.
I based all that divine intervention on one roll.
Oh my god, really?
Wait, the
Congratulations, Ruslan.
D100?
That 1d100, I'm like, if they roll over an 80, the divine gate opens and all of their patrons bust through to save them.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. I'm so relieved.
Oh my god, what would have happened if she rolled lower?
Good luck, everyone.
I cried.
Oh god.
I mean, we still had Riffin.
You had Riffin, and Riffin was saving basically a mana bomb. He did a third of its health.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Arlo, for that amazing roll.
Yeah, that was the first time I've rolled a D10 or a D100.
Yeah, you're gonna get used to rolling that as a cleric.
Yeah, I guess so.
Divine intervention, the real version of it. You're gonna want to use that every time you hit the combat.
To level 10, so two levels
Oh, and you're all
away.
level 9.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
fuck, really?
Crazy.
That was an adult red and white dragon. Yes.
Sweet. We just hit level 8, now we're level 9? Sweet. I'm cool with this.
Oh my god.
Wait, no, that means
That's a CR17.
I have 5th level spell slots. You guys are fucked.
What?
Why are we fucked? Hold up!
Don't get it twisted. I've got 5th level spell slots too.
Yeah, but you don't know the spells I know.
And you
Should
don't
we
know
level
the spells that I know.
ourselves
What do
up
we
now,
roll
or
for
should
here?
we wait?
No, roll for health on stream.
Roll for health.
Roll for health on stream, everyone.
And you did say that we reroll ones before we all start rolling, yes?
Yes.
Oh, we all roll for health? I just took average.
Every
roll
time I
for
roll,
it.
have been too.
every time I roll, I
Alright,
get
cool.
shit.
That's actually decent.
That's much
That's-
better.
Jesus Christ, man.
That's actually good.
That's why I
Artoria,
wanted to
I'm
take
sorry.
the average.
I mean, to be fair, it's only 2 below average.
Oh no,
3.
my whole fucking sheet's messed up.
So I add 8, which means I am at
Triple
that.
digits!
Okay,
I'm
so
at 108.
Oh dear
Sorry.
God.
question, my character mancer isn't opening correctly. What do I roll for a cleric?
Just roll the
The
hit die.
D8?
On your
Just roll your hit die.
Yeah, click
that's
the on your character sheet. Click where it says hit die.
No, I don't want to roll with the thing. I want to roll manually. I don't trust
Okay, what does it
manual.
say next to where it says hit die then?
D4?
That's wrong.
That's wrong.
Clerics are D8, right?
Think so.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it's
that's
telling
what I
every.
thought.
Roll 20s.
Yeah, that's why I don't trust anything on this. I'm like, what I put in manually, cool. Otherwise, I don't trust it.
Even what you put in manually sometimes gets fucked with just because it's roll 20.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like
manual entries get fucked by
let's
roll
change
20.
this.
Oh, damn, I only got a 3.
Plus 1, so 4.
I have a +1?
Yeah.
To your constitution.
Oh, okay, cool.
You add your constitution
four then.
modifier to that when you roll.
So I'm up to 63, which I will manually put in.
Yep,
Whoa.
Barbarian just unlocked.
Yep, and I need to go back and take a look at Xanathar's and see what I get for 9th level other than 5th level spells.
Oh, Artoria's also at triple digits. Complaining that they rolled a 7, but with 108 hit points.
Oh my god.
Hey, we're the same.
You know, I fucked up my numbers. I'm at 1.
If I was taking average, I would have been at 104. You must have rolled really great.
Artoria has rolled very well when I've made them roll.
I have not. The last 3 times I've rolled have been below average.
You're currently above an average barbarian with 18 charisma. That is not bad.
I mean, I guess you.
Prudence can now cast elemental weapons, so her offhand weapon could be magic and do extra shit too.
Huzzah! You also get to do that thing, Prudence. The thing.
Well, Artificer revised gadgets.
She's been working on a spell.
This is a custom thing. This is a Prudence special.
Nice.
There's actually something
Spells
Vishtara
today,
would have wanted
actually.
to talk to Prudence about
Sure.
on the road. I also got more rage damage, I just realized. But he would have wanted to talk about getting some extra protection for his buddy.
Also, speaking of the buddy, he gets a level in sidekick.
I have no idea what that is.
I will find it.
I found something for a companion.
There's an actual sidekick.
Oh,
Like,
and we get actual
Our,
proficiency.
Did it go up?
our what was it like? Gunsmith named Rogue had a
Rogue.
Rogue.
had a dog named Paladin who became a paladin.
Oh, that's right.
Yep, and Snap may or may not have had one as well.
Is it Unearthed Arcana, the sidekick thing?
Yes.
Okay. It's the second thing I sent you, so okay.
We were doing sidekick levels, so I don't accidentally kill pets.
Even though you're still going to accidentally kill pets from here
I'm
on
gonna
out.
accidentally kill pets, especially because I'm not gonna tell you to leave your pet behind next time there's a dragon.
Do I get an extra? Yes, I get an extra invocation.
Nice.
Are we still streaming?
Oh!
What?
I mean, if we are, everybody gets to hear the excitement of a level up and finding out what new abilities that we get.
Yeah, we're still live. There's just a whole bunch of A's.
I will do the honorary ending it. Good night, Internet!
Good night.
Night.
Good night.